Me, 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 me.
Clicky, clicky.
Clicky, clicky, ASMR. Leonie does and she reveals to be
Categorize.
I just looked at the video cameras and how it's set up, and I realised like we've got this Jack Link's beef jerky right in the centre.
Official sponsor.
It actually looks like we've like got stuff. No, we've just got shit everywhere. It doesn't matter.
a lot of food.
And I just apologise to all the vegans out there, but I'm currently having a hyperfixation with beef jerky, so that's where we're at with that.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So finally, we're going to talk about 2024.
2024.
2024.
Good
bitches.
energy this year. I feel it. Good energy. How you feeling?
Year of the Wood Dragon, I think.
It is Year of the Dragon. Oh my goodness. Yes. Because I'm making a display about dragons in the library.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay. Well, I was wondering why the
It's
fuck
all
you
about
was.
prosperity, and it's all
Yes.
about like driven force and like, travel, moving around.
Nice. That's so good.
So exciting.
Oh, that is so cute. And I love that you get paid to just like make these extreme painting displays. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. You know, I go in sometimes and they're like, what can I do? And they're like, I don't have a job for you. And I'm like, I'll just paint then.
I'll just
I'm like,
make
okay.
something.
And they're like, yeah, please. I'm like, awesome.
This is the
Okay.
greatest thing that's ever
Easy.
happened to me. Like, you got to do that, right? Like, I remember even in the government job, like, just to make myself, like, amuse myself.
Yes.
I was like, you know what I really want to do? I want to go around, like, everybody in this floor, and I would interview them and profile them in a newsletter. And, like, the department even didn't even have a newsletter at that point. I just invented it purely for my own
You're fabulous.
selfish gain. So I would just go and like interview people about their passions and their interests and like everything outside of work, because I couldn't give a fuck. And people were just like amazing and weird and funny and great. And I would take photos and write it all up. And my boss was like, "Oh my God, you're so, you're just like so driven." And I was like, "I'm just trying to keep myself amused."
Look at me. It's a. Well, you're not this, because you're also like an incredibly hard worker, but I've been watching a lot of people talk about personality hires.
Yes, I am that.
Yeah, and I'm that too.
Right?
I'm really just there, and people just love. I always say, right, have a think about this. If there's a zombie apocalypse, everyone sort of, they start dividing up. They have jobs. People are killing people. Like,
Yes.
I am the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
people just have me. Like, there's no. I can't run very far. I'm just the jester, and I would be happy in that situation to
Totally.
just dress up and just be there, and go, hey. How you going?
Yeah,
Like,
give
let's
everyone-
talk about this.
Yeah.
Give a bit of a laugh.
Give
What
a
about you?
boost. Absolutely. I am. Like, I've sent those videos to my boss going, I was the personality hire, wasn't I? She's like, yes. And we still talk about you 14 years after you left.
And they're integral. They're integral.
Important.
But a workspace without a personality hire, what's it? Yeah.
Everyone hates it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the retention rates like in our team were huge. And that's not just because of me, but
Well.
because
Who knows?
who's to say? But
Is it
when
a fact?
I
But-
left, everybody didn't want to. No. But like also I would do things like I get bored. And so Deb, who was our HR person, I was like, oh, you know what we should do? We should have a hugging competition and see how many people we can hug in one day in this office. And she was like, game on, bitch. And so that's what we did. We ran around the whole day hugging people. I think I hugged like 300 people. And I won, of course, because as if that slack bitch would ever beat me in
Of course.
a competition. I mean, I got really
believe
sick
Steven,
afterwards because there's, like pre-COVID days where we didn't realise that like hugging a lot of people may just, give you infectious disease. But no, it's fine.
Oh, well.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it. Plus got some sick days off work.
And you won.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
It's a win-win all around for me.
Win-win. Okay, so 2024.
Yes, Dragon.
Dragon.
I am... Okay, so last year was a trickier year for me, I would rate. Like there was a good year in lots of ways, but then it was also a tricky year in that we were going through Angel, our dog, and she was really high needs. And I remember so many times like
a good way.
we would go have like our business mastermind or whatever, and there was some days where I'm like, I can't come in, or we think she's about to die, and then she'd make a fucking splendid recovery again. She was just constantly having these things.
Very incredible. It's very, yeah.
Yeah. She just loved Chris so much. And I get that. And she just wouldn't let him go. And because she just wanted to just be as loyal to him as he was to her. And it was beautiful to witness. And it was also really difficult because it took so much out of Chris to care for her.
And it was a long time.
It was a long time.
To the point where you were like, this has to be the last time.
Surely she was 19. Like, fucking hell, she was 19 years old. Like, dog, do you not realise that?
And she wasn't like, she was blind, wasn't she? And
yeah. But like, she still looked normal-ish.
She was
but
doing her thing.
Yeah, just still doing her thing. And, you know, it was just my husband really didn't want to think about putting her down because in his books he's like, well, we wouldn't do it to a human, like, you know, who's elderly and she's not, like, you didn't have...
Still got the love.
Yeah, she didn't have cancer or anything like that. So he's like, why would we, like... And that's the thing, like, I know that he's not the guy who's going to run away when I get sick. He'll just be like there, you know, in every fucking part. Like, he's so deeply loyal.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, but I was really worried about his health because he was up during the night with her. He didn't have, like, sleep for 3 years. It was basically like looking after a newborn.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, and it was stressful and also wondering, like, when is this going to happen and...
not being able to go away, all the things.
Yeah. We went away on holidays, but we always did it within 30 minutes of the house and bring her with us because she was too high needs to foist onto anyone else. And also she just wouldn't cope without Chris. So I get it. Yeah, so that was kind of the year of that. And then she left us in November. And so now, like, we've kind of gone through the healing process and I'm just so relieved to see my husband getting some sleep and coming back into himself. And so this year I feels like more of like an integration year. I would love, if possible, for us to do a holiday more than 30 minutes away from the house.
Oh,
wow.
Dreaming.
Hello. Maybe, I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, it'd be amazing if I could go to New Zealand. Like, we haven't taken the kids overseas yet. Or even if we just go visit like our beloveds in Canberra or beloveds in the Whitsundays.
Yeah, the freedom now that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to have more of that time and think about, okay, what's next? For me as well, like, definitely, like, I want to develop more physical strength.
Yes.
And it's not really about losing weight or anything like that. It's purely for pain management purposes. So I have I had hyperemesis gravidarum when I was pregnant. I have hypermobility now, and it's possibly Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a kind of hypermobility syndrome, but means my bones dislocate really easily, and I'm, you know, like, everything just falls out of place. And the only thing to prevent it from happening more often is more muscular strength. So Pilates, doing that kind of stuff is...
And you love Pilates, hey?
No, what I love is talking shit with my Pilates instructor.
Yeah.
And then going for tea and cake afterwards to reward myself. That's what I love about Pilates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
I started for the first time this year and I did not realise how strong women can be. I thought childbirth was the hardest thing you could do, and it's not. Mm-hmm. It's Pilates. Wow.
Yeah, it's just good shit. And also, like, you know, for building strength, like, I can't do yoga. Like, I'm basically barred from yoga classes.
Because of the hypermobility?
Yeah, it'll just cause too much dislocations. So Pilates is it for me. And I can't really do, like, strength training outside of that because I'll dislocate stuff. And, like, even now I'm working on a dislocated jaw, which I did in a really on-brand way, which I won't be discussing publicly, but you can absolutely fucking guess what it was.
Not many options, is there?
Not many options. This is like number 50 jaw dislocation for me, but
first.
49 of those have been from yawning.
So we know this one's not from yawning.
That's correct. That's correct. Not from yawning. Worth it though. 100% recommend. Worth it. So physical strength, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Really, like, spending time on nurturing my marriage because it's been 23 years. We've just gone through a hard patch with having an older dog, and it's like, so I do kinesiology sessions with Kerry Rowett, who's amazing. You've met
Yeah,
Dizzy.
she's beautiful.
Just the most amazing human. And she was like, Leonie, like even if you hit like the biggest goals in the world, like if you're not feeling like really connected with Chris in the ways that you like to be, it's not going to matter to you because it's such a priority for me.
Yes.
In the same way that it is for my kids. Like if I don't have a great connected relationship with my kids, it means fucking nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
None
absolutely.
of it means anything.
Yeah. That's why you do it all.
Yeah. So actually having that as a priority is really big for me.
Oh, how beautiful. What about anything else? Any other personal sort of things you share or business?
Oh,
What are we doing? So exciting.
well, I mean, fun memories with the kids. I just want like in whatever way that comes, that'll be fun. If we have like a little bit of travel or just like little holidays, staycations, those kinds of things. I just love
nice.
that. I just fucking love school holidays and just spending time with them, even if it's just like laying around playing Mario Kart with them and getting hyper fixated on that. It's amazing.
It's beautiful.
Oh no, it's just like having two little girlfriends, like, you know, just besties in the house with me all the time. They're so sweet.
Yeah, and business.
Business stuff.
That's so
It's
exciting.
pretty simple. So my goal, and this is like a loosely held goal in that I don't want to beat myself up if I don't get it. I don't want to tie my worth to it, like my inner worth. And I also want to be fluid in terms of like if it's 100 grand under that or if it's more than that, great. But this is sort of like a rough framework for me to go for.
Yes, yeah.
So I'd like to hit 1.5 million in revenue with $800,000 profit.
Brilliant.
So I think we should be pretty much on track for that-ish.
Yeah.
And just to continue have a really strong like recurring revenue base for my academy. So like my Brilliant Business Life Academy, basically, if you haven't heard of it, it's like all of my courses and workshops about
it's phenomenal, isn't it? Yes, yeah.
And like my books, everything. And I just pile it all in there and I give it at a really low price. So it's $199 a year and you can access every fucking thing that I offer, pretty much. And so there's like $8,000 worth of workshops in there. And then so we have new ones coming out every single month. So I present a new workshop every single month. I just did one on like creating digital art. And then we have a new template coming out, like done for you email templates and all sorts of stuff. And then we also have 2 guest expert workshops a month as well. So I think by the end of this year, we'll have over 100 workshops in the academy, which is amazing.
Oh my gosh, how awesome.
I know. It's so fucking fun. And I just love I like making it a no-brainer for people. Like if people are in a business, like, fuck yeah, of course I'll invest in that. It's such a doable price.
Yes.
And I get so much in it. It's like, so people don't have to like keep buying more and more and more.
It's about so much, isn't it? It's not even just about like all hyperfixate. It's everything. Yeah. You could go on there and find something about anything that you wanted to.
Yeah. We've got like
to help.
Money courses, we've got business courses, we've got sales courses, we've got 40 days to create and sell your e-course, 40 days to finish your book, how to work less, earn more, marketing without social media, because I spent 2 years off social media and earned over $2 million in that time. So there's all the different ways that you can market without social media. There's how to hire and manage a VA, how to deal with trolls and criticism in your business, like all the fucking
Everything.
shit. It's in there. And I like just being able to make more shit and just put it in there and just like love up on my people. So
and
like,
you're always creating new stuff, hey? Like,
yeah.
I think I once asked you, I was like, where do you get it from? And you're like, it just comes. I don't get it from anywhere. It just like someone says, oh, I need this. And you're like, oh, fantastic. There's a course. Like, and it's, you know, and suddenly it's there. Like you're so fast at it too. That it just pops out of your head. And it's brilliant all the time. There's so much good stuff. And and that fearlessness, I just love it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like, I mean, you're being around for 20 years and I read like between 100 and 400 books a year and like I already know the shit when people ask me questions like, oh, okay, let me just put this together because there's so much information that I can tell you about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty fun. So we currently have about 98% recurring revenue. So that means if there's 100 people that have signed up, a year later, 98% of them will keep their membership for the next year. And then like they just keep on keeping on.
That says everything, doesn't it?
Yeah. And that's what I really love. And so like retention rates in my industry are nowhere near that. Like, you know, it's great if you've got 20% retention in that kind of stuff. I just love being able to serve people. And like that's definitely like, because I've run the academy before I ran it for 9 years before I took a 4-year hiatus. Basically, we had pretty similar retention rates. People were just like, I will never live without this because I feel like if I don't have it.
Wow. And that's why you have that fan base, hey? That like, yeah. Oh, it's being part of a, not even just, it is being part of something rather than just like buying something and, you know, using the resources. It is, yeah, because you offer, but you also you have that, yeah, so you can meet with people and co-work during the week.
Yeah, so we have like a digital co-working space. So that was a different mastermind. So that wasn't part of the academy, but I'm thinking of adding something possible like that in the future. That was more like the prototype of trying that part out.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And then we also have I have group coaching calls every month, and then we also have like business basics workshops which run live, and so that's to like do a certain party business, like if you haven't set up a mailing list yet or a lead magnet or whatever, and then people usually stick around after the call and co-work together, which is really fun.
Oh, how awesome.
Yeah, and then I can send them a little prize in the mail when they actually complete the fucking thing. Send them just some little postcards and stuff. It's really fun. It's
So
really fucking
good.
fun. It's just so simple. It just seems so simple to me, like to create an academy like this and just turn up and
have
like
it work.
deliver everything for people. And of course, people are going to be fucking stoked with it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Hey,
Is it that time?
it's that time for ads.
Ads. I love ads. La la la. Leonie Dawson refuses to not give away free shit, and so therefore she's giving away free shit. Hey, if you feel like you're walking around with a dark cloud over your head, also I am wearing an umbrella on my head. Thank you very much for noticing that. If you're watching on video, I appreciate you. Otherwise, you can just imagine it along with all the other ways that you imagine me in your fan fiction. Look, what I'm trying to say is, before we got distracted by fan fiction and archive of our own and like Bridgerton fan fiction that gets very erotic, I'm really into that at the moment. Look, what I'm trying to say is I've got an anxiety releasing meditation for you. I've really managed to keep on topic during this. If you go to leoniedawson.com/anxiety meditation, this short, powerful meditation is going to combine 2 powerful breathing practices based on physiology that are designed to just slow down your nervous system and quell anxiety. It's something that I use on myself and my kids all the freaking time. leoniedawson.com/whatever the fuck URL I've already said because I can't remember it now. I've got ADHD. Can you tell? Welcome back. Oh my God. I hope that was the best ad that you've ever heard in your fucking life.
I think it was.
Yeah. So yeah, I am still going to this year, I'm doing kinesiology with Kerry Rowett every 2 weeks at least.
Oh, great.
And then during a launch, I usually do a session with her every week. And it's just to keep my mindset going. And I realized that if I don't have that, I get along okay, but I can't. It's better for me to expand when I've got that kind of support. So for me, I've tried cognitive behavioral therapy, which is the gold standard for neurotypical people.
Yeah.
But I did a stint of it last year and found that it made me kind of hyperfixate on my problems more. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fucking me up more. And I talked to Zeta about it, my assistant, and this is the joy of having an assistant who has a psychology degree. She was like, oh, that's sweetheart. No. CBT is for neurotypical people. For neurodivergent people, there's no gold standard. And it can exacerbate your symptoms to go to CBT. So now if it's working for you, fucking keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah.
It's about the relationship with the person and how that person works as well. And she's like, so it is 100% cool for you to do therapy or coaching in a way that works for you. And what's always worked for me was doing it on more of a hippie kind of way, like kinesiology or intuitive healing with Hiraboga. That I love, being able to have somebody go, oh no, there's something deeper here, even deeper and even deeper.
Yes.
And then clearing that out. And I feel oh, well, that's all taken care of. So it doesn't seem to keep coming up as much.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
And the biggest soul lessons I've ever learned and about boundaries and, taking care of myself, all of the normal therapy stuff is stuff that I've learned from Hiro and Kerry anyway. So it works beautifully for me. And I think as well, I also don't work super well with a one-to-one coach, but a healer in that realm fuck yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's different, hey. Yeah.
And it's going to be so different for others. Like I've got other friends who are like love coaching and can't consider doing business without a coach, but not for me.
Yeah. It's so essential, isn't it? Having that help. I love that you're doing it every 2 weeks regardless. And sometimes I go to like a session and I'm like, I have nothing to talk about, and then I leave and I'm like, okay, I actually had a lot to say.
Yeah,
I had
right.
to, you know, like, yeah, because there's still always stuff.
There's
Sometimes
stuff
we're just blind
undercover.
to it.
Yeah, really. Yeah, and if I went to like just a traditional therapist, I'm like, I don't really have much to talk about.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Kerry or Hero would be like, oh, really? Really, really? Well,
Let's look a little bit deeper, shall we?
your body says otherwise.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, anything else that like taking from 2023, taking from past years and bringing into 2024? Like any particular energy, anything?
Yeah. Last year, I really felt like I was going to, like, I really wanted to expand the business again. And I was also insistent that I would be doing it in a way without adding any more staff or anything like that, because I was so scared of getting into a situation that I've been before with like lots of staff and not enjoying it. And then so I was like, I need to work out the secret sauce to making it happen. And I got really rigid and started developing quite low self-confidence because nothing I was trying was working. And I was also like just like leapfrogging from one thing to the next. And finally, Zita, my assistant, was like, hey, intervention time. You kind of drive me crazy because you obviously are struggling, and I hate seeing you struggle. She's very empathetic and compassionate. And she's like, and also like you just don't seem to be getting any traction. Like, let's talk about therapy. Let's talk about coaching. What do you need to do in order to get out of this spiral that you're in where you just like got your head stuck up your own asshole?
So good to have like a business partner that you work with who like sort of holds you accountable like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the first time she's kind of done it. And so I was like, oh, okay, shit, serious.
It must be. All right, we're going to move on. Yeah.
And that was when I was like, oh, but CBT didn't really work with me. She's like, it's fine. Go back to Kerry. Go back to doing whatever works. And so Kerry really helped me get out of that cycle and start healing like the freakouts I had about having a big business and start trying having more people. And it's actually just felt really nice to have more people. And it also because I was relying so heavily on Zita because, you know, it was her plus one person doing our customer service emails. But if Zita is unwell or Zita wants to go on holidays or Zita wants to travel, I kind of was stuck in that. I didn't have my little helpmate to do all the things. And things really grind to a halt without her. Because we just can't get through the amount of work kind of thing. And so I feel like that's too much responsibility to lay on one person. And so having other assistants underneath her can step up into her role so she can actually take holidays stress-free, you know?
Yes.
Like I always was like, you always must take holidays. You always, like I never like was that kind of boss.
No, absolutely.
But I'd be like, right, okay, I'm going to have to like hold back business growth while she's away because we don't have the expansion capacity. So having a bit more expansion capacity is great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Oh. And also like I think as an autistic person, like working out like, oh, I'm not going to be doing the managing of the people. That's not for me. That's not my skill. That's not what I was born to do this life. No fucking thank you. And Zita's really good at it. And Zita's like...
Bless you, Zita.
Yeah, she's got social skills. It's amazing. And she understands what people are saying when they say things. And I go, huh.
So you do on a level, but I just think...
Yeah, I find it trickier in work, I think.
Yeah. Because I think people are more dishonest maybe when they're working for you, you know, like or something like that. But it's not that you don't. It's just that dishonesty is really hard and that... Yeah.
And I'm such a people pleaser as well that I find it hard to give feedback. It makes me feel very, very anxious.
Yes.
And like, bless Zita, like I like at some point like I had to give her feedback, and it was like, and and I was like, I feel like spewing. I'm gonna hyperventilate. I'm really upset about having to like even just like say this thing about this mistake I found. But I really love you and I really want to keep working with you, because I previously have had in the past when I've tried to give constructive feedback to someone, they're like, fuck you, you don't know how to run a business, I fucking quit and fuck you to hell, and I will not give you documentation. I will damage you as much as I can on the way out, because people can be totally like that. And it's not just one person. Yeah, no matter how much I've tried to lovingly frame it, like I've had people with just like enormous egos that are so precious they can't handle any kind of feedback. And like when I told Zeta, like I was feeling really anxious about giving her feedback, she like, and I sent the email because I didn't want to, like I was so,
Yeah.
this is years ago, and she's very happy with me to talk about this, by the way. I have cleared it with her. She immediately texted me and was like, hey, I just wanted you to know that I've got the email and I am so sorry you're feeling so anxious. It's okay. We're totally okay. And I love getting feedback and we will work on whatever needs to be worked on to make this great. And it was like, holy shit. Like, this is incredible to have somebody who's got that level of emotional intelligence to go,
Yes.
oh my gosh, my boss is really anxious about having to talk to me about this. Like, all hands on deck for her.
Oh, it makes your heart like,
I know.
that's it.
I know. So it's just such a relief to be around.
And how
somebody
good to
like
go
that.
into 2024 with that beautiful team and that co-partner. A little bit like, you know, like it is like a partnership.
It's totally
like,
a partnership.
And so that's so nice because
Yeah.
her heart's obviously in it as well. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And bless her, like we like to tease each other a lot. Like we give each other a lot of shit. And I call her Gobbo or Goblin because that's she's just I'm to be a troublemaker. But like at her heart, she's just the most golden fucking thing under the sun. She went on a podcast because we did this podcast with Laurie Sterling where Laurie interviewed Zeta first and then she interviewed me separately talking about the business to get two perspectives. Very
interesting.
cool. It's the Growing Pains podcast. Highly recommend.
Love it.
And Laurie's fantastic. We've done her COO Accelerator program together. It was incredible. But Zena on that call said that, like, Laurie said to her, oh, you know, what's your your job aspiration? And she said, oh, well, I'll just work for Leonie until Leonie retires and then I'll retire from this industry because I'll never find a boss like Leonie again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm never letting her forget that. Yes, girl. God, the jizz I got from
I've
that.
got like shivers actually.
I know.
Because that's incredible.
She'll retire from this industry. Oh my God.
Her career at the moment is sort of you. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Like
100%.
that's wow.
And she's like, no, I'll just stick with you till you want to shut the business down. And then after that, I'll go do something else completely. And I was like, oh, that's fucking nice. That's fucking nice. That feels good. It feels good. I won't lie. It
good.
feels fucking good. So that's nice. That's real nice.
Lovely.
So it's a good way to start the 2024 feeling like I've got a really solid relationship with my right-hand person.
Yep.
And that she's got support as well so that we can just keep on rocking out and creating things and doing like crazy shit like this because we probably wouldn't have had the capacity to build in like a video podcast with reels and shit like that.
Yes, yeah.
Just because we didn't have the time to do it. And now we do.
Oh, look at us on the video. Oh my God.
Please, look at us go.
Maybe we should do something for like the thumbnail. Like,
Nice. Jeez.
oh, that's going to be a good year.
It's going to be
Everyone.
such a good year.
2024, Leonie. Going to kick ass and take names.
So if you have liked this kind of podcast, if you like the video aspect, if you like me talking with one of my besties, please let us know and we will book in more sessions like this. I mean, here's the thing. I think we've had such a nice time. We'll probably
I've had
just
the
do it. I don't
best
give a
day.
fuck what anyone thinks.
I know. I actually think we're incredibly funny too.
I know,
I was
right?
just thinking, I was like, well, other people find this funny. I was like, I
Who
don't
fucking
give a shit.
cares?
I know.
We are the greatest.
Like, we're so funny.
We are the greatest things that have ever happened. Like, and I think as well, we can like make this space even more cluttered. When we walked in, so with a quick
Yes.
we're filming in Havana House, which is beautiful.
Very Byron Bay.
Very Byron Bay. It's just so gorgeous.
And she just watched us bring in these boxes. She's like, oh, no one's ever done this before.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is
like
nothing. This is nothing.
This is bare bitch minimalism. Like this is, I think we can do a lot more to like make this. You know what would be really cool if it just like, I wish we could build bookcases in here, and just fill it with books.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
I've always wanted to have a bookshelf that you have like a little bed inside of.
Come close to the mic.
Oh.
Yeah. That you live inside of.
A bookshelf that you live inside of.
Yes.
Like,
like a tiny home
you walk in
situation.
and there's a little, and you're just surrounded by books.
Yes, 100%. 100%. What's on? Tell me about you. What's 2024 mean for you?
Oh, travel.
Ooh.
This is the year I change everything up, I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just, the word of the year. Do you have a word of the year?
No, but I want yours. I want to know what yours is.
Bravery.
Bitch, get it.
I know.
Bitch,
so
yes.
yeah, so I've already organised 2 overseas trips.
Fuck off. Okay, so you're going to Nepal, right?
Yeah, that's in September.
Okay.
Nepal and Varanasi.
Yes,
So
and
I'm going
then
to fly over to India and then come back.
Vietnam.
And then I'm also doing Vietnam with my
Yeah.
2 best friends. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
The category, not the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm
That's
not
really
going
important.
to Vietnam. Just want to clarify. I am best friends, but I'm not going to Vietnam.
With 2 of the best friends in the category.
That's right. Thank you.
Then, I don't know if anyone from my work is. No one's gonna know what it is. But I'm thinking of going over to America.
Yes.
So I've got this time. I just want to change shit up, right?
Yeah,
I'm
of
just
course.
it's time to do something different. I don't know. I felt like last year was a really hard year. It's
Bullshit.
yeah, and I also am so held in my fear and have been. I started running this year, which is something I would have done because I'd be afraid.
Yeah.
I've started Pilates. I'm currently week 1 into a no sugar, no grains, which I don't like doing at all.
Wow.
But just things that I'm just yes, let's just try and be braver. And I want to go work in a summer camp over in America.
Oh
so
my
I'm
God.
signing up. Yeah, and I'm not telling anyone. So I'm going to do that, which is going to be
Fuck.
exciting.
Oh my
Hopefully,
God.
no one I know listens to this, but anyway, by then it'll be
It'll be underway.
yeah, and then I just want to do something crazy. I just want to what my sort of goal for this year was to look like New Year's last that we just had to New Year's. I'm going to be in a completely different place and go, holy shit, I didn't expect myself to be here. That's sort of what I
Fuck yeah.
want. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I know, so it's exciting.
I can so see you doing that.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, it's
Actually, I just read a graphic novel. I'll lend it to you if you want. It's called Camp Sunshine, and it's about this cartoonist and how he went and volunteered at a summer camp for kids with life-threatening diseases, and it was like the most life-changing 3 months of his life. My nipples actually just whooped.
That's
from
how I
that.
know it's the right thing. When your nipples do something, that's how I know
It's
I'm
like
making
a
the right
sacred
choice.
talisman, isn't it? It's like, my soul is touched and it's coming
Yeah.
through my nipples.
Beautiful. Hey.
I know.
Hey.
Oh, babes, I can't wait. I can't wait to see all of that happen for you and
Yeah,
more.
I'm so excited.
I'm so
and do
proud
more
of
things
you.
like this. I know.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Oh, and everyone, you need to go visit Maddie at the Monday markets.
Yes, come say hi.
Oh my God, weirdest. Okay, do we have much time left?
We actually have gone over time.
Oh, who gives a fuck? Okay, we've got 2 more minutes. I don't think that.
She won't stop us. Keep going.
Surely. Okay, so weirdest story ever, but me and Maddie met for 5 minutes at a coffee shop once, and she had to race to go send a print off in the mail. Do you remember this story?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. And I was like, oh my
Yes.
God, where are you sending to? And she's like, oh, it was through my website, but she must have seen me at the markets or whatever. And I was like, wow, where are you sending it to? And she goes, I don't know, some fucking place called Proserpine. And I was like, fuck off. And she's like, what? And I was like, that is my hometown. That is the source. It's
And I was like,
everything.
oh, cool. And you were immediately like, who?
And then I was like, who are you sending to? And you're like, oh, whatever, as if you'll know her. And I was like, who are you sending it to, Maddie? And she told me the name, and I was like, fucking hell, Maddie. I used to work beside her. Our families are long-term friends. Her brother used to work for my dad. Her
Not
father.
joking about that small town.
No, her father used to be the councillor of our town, the local government representative, and she is basically the origin story of how me and Chris came together, because she got the job for Chris at the council. We all worked together at the council. I work beside her, and it's just crazy shit.
Incredible. And you know what? She didn't order the Leone print.
I know, what a fucking bitch!
We were like, oh my gosh.
You fucking bitch!
I wonder if she knows, to this day.
Right?
That we're
I know.
Because I use my art account to
Yeah.
that would be crazy.
That'd be so crazy.
She's like, one day.
Sandra, if you're listening to this, we're talking about you and we love you.
Thanks for buying a print, Sandra.
Oh, that's right. Thanks for actually bringing me and my husband together, Sandra. I appreciate you, doll.
I love it. I know. Well, my roommate went to work at that school up in Charters Towers.
Oh, yeah, right.
and
small
you,
town vibes.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Small town vibes, doll.
We were meant to be
So
together.
meant
Look at
to
this.
be.
Not that I'm ever
100%.
moving up there, but we were meant to be.
Good for you.
Here.
I don't think you should. You know what? Maddie went, okay, guys, Maddie went on a road trip up north, and Maddie loves swimming in the ocean. And I was like, okay, babes. And she's like, oh, I can't wait to go swim in the ocean up there. It'll be so warm. And I was like, bitch, what? And she's like, swim in ocean. It's so warm. Like as if I'm a fucking idiot. And I'm like, no, you don't do that. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, the crocodiles, bitch. And she's like, they're not that big of a problem, are they? Holy fucking shit.
You look like a really stressed jellyfish.
I am a stressed jellyfish for any person who's from North Queensland, Northern Territory, top of WA. They're all going, you crazy
Apparently
mole.
it's a no-no.
It is a no-go zone. You do not.
But now they're out at the reefs as well.
Yeah, babes. Like,
So where do you go scuba diving? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's.
You don't.
No, you stay safe. Stay
Do you
on
know
there.
crocodiles? This is a really interesting fact.
Okay. I love that you're going to educate me about this. I come
Or
from
they
fucking cock country.
They could be alligators,
Cock
but
country.
you don't come from anywhere that ice is over. So if you have alligators, or I think they were crocodile, I can't remember. It's one of it's one of them, and
Very
they're not that different.
animals.
No,
No,
they're fine.
very
No, they're
different
okay.
animals.
So there's this zoo in America, I think it is, or in Russia, somewhere cold, and it ices. Crocodiles basically freeze themselves because they're dinosaurs. So they put their little snout up in the water,
Yes.
and the ice freezes, the water around them freezes. They've frozen, and just as long as their snout's out, they'll just go into like a coma state.
I am Googling this right
I
this
saw a video.
fucking minute.
Also, do you want to know my other favourite fact?
Please,
I'm
go.
sorry that this is where we're
No,
taking the
no. I actually
hippos.
feel like we should just,
do a podcast about good facts.
yes.
I agree.
Like, and just fascinating. You are absolutely right.
I know.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Frozen alligators breathing through the ice and their little fucking nose through the air.
Yeah,
Dude,
and they'll just freeze and like that. So no wonder they're fucking dinosaurs. Like look at what they survived the ice age, man.
they can
like,
do anything.
They're phenomenal.
They're like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Just
Next fact.
That should be you. Alligators. It's alligators that do it. Do crocodiles?
I don't know, crocodiles are pretty hardy. They're much bigger, hey. Okay, next fact. Just the last
Oh,
one.
I thought they weren't that different. No, I'm fucking with you. Carry on. Somebody's from a remote community.
And she's pushing her knowledge of crocodiles.
Somebody's so much better. She's got crocodile ascendancy.
Hippos can't swim.
What do they do? What do they do?
Hippos hop. So hippos actually can't swim and they hold their breath underwater. This is a phenomenal fact. So they can't swim. And what they do instead is they hop like this on all four legs and they come up and you'll see them rise to the surface. And because they're so big and they're slow, so they rise. When you see them at the top of the surface, it's because they're hopping and then they go down. But they most of the time live in like water that's not too deep or anything. But they can't breathe underwater. But they can be under there for like 7 minutes or something. And then they just hop. So they hop and hippos are integral. So after the drought or after, the savannah sort of is dry over the summer and all the water comes back in ready for, everything to breathe life into it again, the hippo tracks of them jumping is what the water follows to come in. So hippos are essential to the African wildlife system and their ecosystem. So how water flows back into the savannah is the hippo's tracks. Isn't that great?
Did you know you telling me hippo facts and it's going straight into my ears through these headphones and through this, it's actually like an ecstatic experience. I'm just like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
It's so cool, hey. And I
Did
was
you
really
know-
close to the microphone. I was like, whoa.
No, I was so invested too. And did you know hippopotamuses are incredibly dangerous?
Yeah.
They
yeah,
fucking murder
They're super
cows.
angry.
That's
Yeah.
what they are.
And crocodiles, they'll kill them. They'll just and
Yeah,
they
snap
gang
'em.
up too, which is good. They're really loyal and protective. So if I saw this video because I watch a lot of hippo videos for some reason and crocodiles. Jeez Louise, do you know a jaguar? There's a video in the Amazon rainforest of a jaguar attacking and having a fight with a crocodile.
Yes.
And it drags it out of the water. It death rolls. Everything doesn't matter. The jaguar wins.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm so glad we ended with the murder cows. And
2024 sounds exciting.
2024, bring it on, bitches.
Here.
Dawson, she refuses to be categorized as a podcast. This is the greatest thing I've ever made in my life.
Love you, Lex.
I love you. I'm obsessed with you. 10 out of 10.
Boy.
Oh, boy.